Hi, and welcome to The Other Side of Paradise, a series of short stories and radio plays by JP Paradise. Each episode may make you smile, it may make you think, but it will have you coming back for more. There's comedy, there's drama, and a little of everything in between. Whatever your taste, there should be something for you to enjoy. Please note that each episode may contain strong language, very dark humour, and themes of an adult nature. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, let us entertain you for a few minutes. Sit back, relax, and lose yourself in this episode. Just desserts.
Monica, my boss, had a birthday fast approaching. She was a woman for whom nothing was too much trouble. She would lend an ear, provide a shoulder to cry on, and get you out of a tight spot if you happened to have screwed up. I did a lot of screwing up, and to be frank, it was a miracle in my eyes that I was still employed. But then that's the kind of woman Monica was. As long as we girls gave our best, she would not ask for more. She was a larger-than-life woman, both metaphorically and physically. From her not inconsiderable frame came a huge, booming voice and a laugh that would rattle windows. And laugh she did a lot. Actually, a lot more than a lot. About 90% of the time she was a-laughing, and the strange thing was that it never became annoying. It was just infectious, so the whole office would soon be in stitches. It was a wonder that we ever got any work done. I don't know what her social life was like, but I do know that she lived alone, as not many blokes dig a 25-stone lass. That sounds harsh, and I could be way off the scale, as indeed Monica probably was. Sorry, couldn't resist it. But I think her size did kind of restrict what she could do or where she could go. As a consequence, we at work, we were sort of her family and friends by default. And boy, did she like her puddings. I've never known someone have Christmas pudding as the starter, main course and dessert, but that's what she did when we went to the local harvester for the office Christmas dinner. So, when her birthday loomed large, I knew what to get her. A pudding extraordinaire. But it wasn't going to be something off the shelf from a local supermarket. Oh no, it was going to be something special. Something made for the occasion. A pudding to remember. You see, I really thought that Monica deserved a treat for being as good as she had been to me. I was still in work after all. Now, my first port of call, once upon a time, would have been the Yellow Pages. Remember them? Great floppy, weighty tomes that held the names and numbers of businesses far and wide, supplying every product and service known to man. Except the one you needed. Remember? Sure you do. Delivered every year and shelved in the back of a cupboard or filed in the black plastic cabinet with wheels that got emptied once a week. Seen a Yellow Pages recently? I haven't. Not for ages. Last one I saw was tiny, a shadow of its former self, and I almost took pity on it. It's the internet's fault. Why flick through pages of iffy printing when you can just Google what you want? So, I Googled. I thought that Monica would really appreciate a top-quality pud delivered to her door. I could imagine her eyes lighting up as the gift-wrapped package was delivered. I could almost hear that earth-shattering laugh upsetting the neighbours as she opened the box. The trouble with Google is that you have to be very specific in your search criteria or you get all sorts of crap returned. It took a while, but I narrowed the search down to very local caterers until I was finally getting a few details that looked useful, and a lot of crap. The first call I made was a bit of a disappointment. A friendly voice answered,
"Just Deserts, the one-stop shop for the arid-loving explorer. How may I help you?"
"I'm sorry," I replied, a little confused.
"Just Deserts, ma'am,"
the chirpy voice repeated.
"Here for all your rain-free trekking needs. How can I be of assistance?"
"Oh," said I, "you don't make cakes?"
"No, ma'am."
"Puddings?"
"No, ma'am. I think you may have a wrong number. This is Just Deserts. I think you're after Just Desserts? Common mistake."
I looked at my laptop screen again. I guess I've put off wearing glasses for too long. She was right. Not enough S's. I do apologise," I mumbled.
"Quite all right,"
sang the happy voice at the other end of the telephone.
"It happens a lot. Don't forget us if you fancy a wander through the Atacama."
I assured the voice that I would indeed consider them, but thought the chances of me ambling around anywhere on holiday that did not have decent toilet facilities and a good selection of cafes and charity shops somewhat remote. I was more successful with my second call, though the telephone was answered by a gruff-sounding chap who merely said,
"Hello?"
"Is that just desserts?" I asked quickly.
"Aye,"
came the reply in an accent I couldn't quite place. "Ah, great. Listen, I'm planning a surprise for my boss," I babbled. The voice at the other end chuckled, which I thought was unwarranted.
"What sort of surprise do you have in mind?"
the man inquired, with a sly burr that put me on edge. "Well, I was hoping you could advise me, as this is your game," I retorted. "I was thinking something along the lines of death by chocolate. If there is one thing guaranteed to get you in Monica's good books, it is chocolate. I suspect the only way to get her to do some exercise would be to get her to chase after a chocolate bar strapped to a puppy. But she'd probably eat the puppy as well." There was a few moments' silence at the other end of the phone before the voice growled back.
"Unusual, but I reckon I could manage it."
Unusual? I was starting to lose confidence. What dessert caterer would think death by chocolate unusual? "Are you sure you're up to this?" I inquired.
"Do you doubt me?"
He snapped.
"I'll have you know I'm the best in the business. I have done jobs for politicians, lawyers, wives, husbands, lovers, heads of state. I have travelled the world in this line of work, and you don't keep at it in this business unless you're very, very good."
"Well, that's a pretty impressive CV," I agreed. "I guess you'll be able to handle my little request with ease, then."
"I don't doubt it, missy. Now, where does your boss live? I take it is a home delivery."
"Missy? How rude. But I am too professional and much too English to have said anything. Instead, I merely said, yes, in a very frosty voice.
"Fine,"
he said.
"Where does he live? And when's his birthday? Do you want a morning or an afternoon surprise?"
Oh, great. Not only rude, but sexist as well. "She," I said loudly for emphasis, "lives at 141 Evergreen Terrace, and her birthday is next Tuesday. I would like the delivery made before she leaves for work, about 7:45, I guess. Monica should be up and about by then." I rather liked the idea of Monica getting her present before work, so she would come in with a massive smile and chopped it all over her face.
"You're the boss,"
said he.
"Death by chocolate at 7:45 on Tuesday. Her name is Monica?"
"Yes, right. How much is this going to cost me?" I asked sheepishly. There was another long pause.
"To be honest, work's been a little bit scarce recently, so I'll do you a discounted rate. If you send more business my way, the rate comes down further."
"Do you want a deposit?"
"Again, normally I'd say yes, to stop you backing out like. But I need to drum up business, so pay me when the job is done. That way, the risk is mine,"
he answered. "Oh, thank you," I said, genuinely taken aback and forgetting to delve further into how much this extravagance was going to set me back. "I'm quite excited." The man chuckled and put the phone down. I first got an inkling that things had gone awry when Monica didn't show up for work the following Tuesday. Initially, we thought she was just being a bit late in because it was her birthday, and I couldn't wait until she burst into the office laughing, that big laugh of hers. As the morning wore on, we started to get anxious. Jenny tried to ring her at home and on her mobile, but got no answer, just the answer phones. After lunch, we were clearly baffled and wondered if Monica was all right. Linda offered to pop by the house on the way home if she hadn't shown up by the end of the day, which is what she did, and regretted it afterwards. She found the house quiet, with no response to her ringing the bell or banging on the door. The neighbours said that they hadn't seen or heard Monica all day, which was unusual considering how audible she normally was. Linda went around to the back of the house and peered in through the kitchen window.
And that's when Mrs. Linda Stevens spotted the body of Monica Henderson,
interjected the detective inspector, stating fact, not questioning.
Mrs. Stevens called for medical help, but it was clear that Miss Henderson had been dead for several hours.
Here he picked up a sheet of paper that was a report of some sort.
Post-mortem examination found large quantities of strychnine in her body. The source of this strychnine was found to be a bar of quality Belgian chocolate, most of which had been consumed. A bar of chocolate that, it would appear, by your statement, to have been sent by yourself. We have witnessed statements from your colleagues contradicting your claims about your competence. It would seem that Miss Henderson had confided in several of them that she was going to have to let you go. And they all said that you physically winced whenever Miss Henderson laughed, going as far as to storm out of the office on several occasions. Not really a case of infectious laughter now, is it? And we've tried every flaming combination when it comes to Googling, and we haven't managed to find a contract killer operating under the name of Just Desserts. Though we did manage to ring a very nice young lady who organises walking holidays in the Karakum Desert. So, care to explain, Miss Davies?
I watched the DCI, absent-mindedly, break off a bit of the chocolate bar lying between us on the table, smiled as he placed it in his mouth, and exercised my right to remain silent.
That was Just Desserts, written by J.P. Paradise. The narrator, Miss Davies, was played by Jessica Bone. The Just Desserts customer service assistant was played by Matilda Snook. The Just Desserts contract killer was played by Michael Snook. And the DCI was played by Alex Brunsdon. It was recorded on location and at Westbury Road Studio, Wiltshire, by J.P. Paradise. Production and editing by Alex Brunsdon at LG Studios. The Other Side of Paradise theme music written, performed and mixed by Alex Brunsdon. This episode is a The Other Side of Paradise production 2026. All copyright held by the author. If you enjoyed this episode, why not like and subscribe to receive notifications about new episodes, available wherever you get your podcasts. If you really enjoyed it, why not give us a review and share the podcast with your friends, family and complete strangers. And most of all, thank you for listening.